We are also on Weibo. Please check us out for more great videos.
Even in a comedy show, sometimes the funniest things aren't in the script. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 most hilarious bloopers from Parks and Recreation.
Oh my god, that's a bad one.
Oh no, guys, sorry. Oh, it's sausage and brisket and all kinds of shit.
Oh no!
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the mistakes that were so funny they were included in the show's gag reels, because even though they're not scripted, they're still too good to never be seen.
Sebastian!
He died last night. Yes.
What are they gonna do with the meat?
Number 10, we're rolling. While struggling to keep a lid on the secret that Leslie is pregnant, Andy begins to act suspiciously. This leads to April relentlessly questioning about the secret he's hiding, but during a scene where he's meant to falsely confess that Jerry has a deadly disease to avert suspicion, the take is ruined by Jim O'Hare chatting with some extras.
Rolling?
But always remember, my safety is the most important thing. Over everyone else's. If Kevin's about to get hurt, who cares?
Chris Pratt and Aubrey Plaza observe and note that Jim doesn't know they're rolling, ultimately leading to Chris yelling at him to get his attention and the whole scene needing to be reshot.
Hey, Jim.
Yes.
We're rolling.
I didn't know they were rolling.
Still, all three actors take it in stride, and Plaza and Pratt throw in some over-the-top jabs at O'Hare for good measure.
What an asshole.
Wow.
Number 9, the gag reel.
What if I'm just like doing that on purpose for the gag reel?
During a conversation about planning the upcoming Unity concert, the scene is ruined when Amy Poehler's chair gets stuck as she tries to wheel it over to a table. She jokes about only doing this to try and get onto the gag reel, which leads to a long back and forth between her and Adam Scott, where they blame their various mess-ups on deliberate attempts to get into the Season 6 gag reel, or alternatively sarcastically comment about how they hope all their mistakes definitely don't end up in the gag reel.
Oh, another gag for the gag reel.
Whether it's deliberate or not, it's always funny.
Oh my god, Adam, so obvious you're trying to get on the gag reel.
Am I on the gag reel now, guys?
Number 8, my deepest, darkest secret. There's no doubt that most of the lines that actually did make the final cut of the scene were improv'd by Chris Pratt.
When they say 2% milk, I don't know what the other 98% is.
In the scene, Andy reveals several of his secrets to Ron, including gems like he once threw beer at a swan and he doesn't know who Al Gore is. But in the gag reel of the scene, one secret about Andy's oversized head as a baby gets a little out of control and gets the normally unflappable Nick Offerman to break character. If Ron Swanson's laughing, you can bet the audience is too.
My mom carried me to full term plus 8 months. I was born at 17 months with a full head of hair, a full head of teeth.
Number 7, ice cream cone vagina. More Chris Pratt shenanigans occur when Jerry takes Ben and the guys to his favorite ice cream parlor as part of Ben's bachelor party. Of course, with Chris being Chris, he couldn't just eat the ice cream like anybody else would. He had to mold it into an inappropriate yet hilarious shape.
You want to bite of mine?
The fact it was strawberry-flavored ice cream only made it more unnerving. The cast and crew really don't know what to make of it as he holds the cone out to them and asks people if they want some. We can't really blame them.
Come to Sherm's.
Number 6, P.S. While Ben and April are working in Washington, D.C., they receive a slew of packages and parcels from Leslie and Andy, respectively. While Leslie sends Ben treats and gifts, April is left with a box full of Andy's dirty laundry. But when reading out Andy's note in the gag reel, it becomes clear that Aubrey Plaza doesn't know her lines.
P.S. P.S.
P.S. I didn't learn my lines.
right,
'cause I thought
you.
they'd be written on the
Seriously?
piece of paper.
She struggles to remember them and turns the page over until Adam Scott interrupts and makes fun of her for not learning her lines because she thought they would just be written on the piece of paper. It's always nice to see that actors can be just as lazy as the rest of us.
I didn't learn this line either.
Number 5. Is she gonna powder her vagina?
Dude, is she gonna powder her vagina?
While trying to get out in front of the scandal that Leslie wasn't actually born in Pawnee, Tom and Ben take TV journalist Joan Calamezzo out to dinner, hoping that Tom might be able to sweet-talk her into dropping her gotcha campaign against Leslie. At one point, Joan leaves the table and tells Tom she's going to powder her nose, along with other things.
I'm gonna go powder my nose, amongst other things.
As soon as she's gone, Ben's next line is supposed to be, "Dude, is she gonna powder her vagina?" But Adam Scott cannot get it out, and he and Aziz keep cracking up laughing.
Dude, is she gonna powder her? Can we just get it on the next take?
Number 4, pulling teeth. In one of the show's most famous openings, Ron Swanson pulls out his tooth in the middle of a meeting with a pair of pliers he just happened to have on him. He reveals that the tooth had already been removed, and it was all a trick. But Nick Offerman definitely had some trouble pulling this one off. Rather than pull out the fake tooth, he accidentally pulls out the entire set of fake dentures he was wearing, leading to mock horrified reactions from the other cast members, who continue to act in character despite the hilarious fail. Number 3, circle joke. At the Pawnee Correspondents' lunch, Leslie's speech to roast the Pawnee sun is stolen by reporter Kim Turlando. In a matter of minutes, Leslie has to come up with a new speech, which she tries to write by playing a game with her co-workers where they go around in a circle and all say a different word, hopefully forming a joke in the process.
Kim Turlando
Eats so
Much.
potato that.
Ron.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, the sentence they end up with is, Kim Turlando eats so much potato that Ron thinks that she's Potato America. It's when Amy Poehler repeats this line back that the cast break character and burst out laughing.
She eats so many potatoes that Ron thinks she's Potato America.
Hilarious.
Number 2, some dude's briefcase.
That is f***ing hilarious. You shattered it. Not only did you hit the
Well,
laser,
that's a
you
wrap.
shattered it.
Forget breaking and entering. This blooper's more like entering and breaking. Andy, Chris, and Leslie sneak into the Eagleton Hall of Records to retrieve Leslie's birth certificate. Andy goes into the back to get it and returns with a stolen briefcase, which he then tosses back over the desk, hitting and breaking the set's light switch in the process.
But you should put that back.
Yeah.
How did you get this?
As if this wasn't enough vandalism, Pratt attempts to cover his tracks by also jumping over a desk, which results in him knocking over an incredibly expensive Apple iMac, which presumably breaks as well. As Chris says, that's not something that props can fix.
That's not something that props can fix. That's gonna be a little harder to fix.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Ben's bachelor party, board game madness.
Ah, I love this. Usually you can only...
concert tickets, cashmere, and caboodles. Jesus Christ. I'm ruining takes with that now.
You wanna go first?
No, stop that.
Oh, 'cause she
drove me here.
Craig, I might need a ride back home. Could you drive me back to my place?
She drove me here. Damn it.
Number 1, comebacks. One of the most infamous improvised one-liners to ever come out of a blooper reel was, of course, delivered by Chris Pratt. Anne and Leslie are trying to motivate their co-workers to help launch a comeback for Leslie's political career, listing famous celebrities who have made comebacks, to which Andy suggests Kim Kardashian.
Robert Downey Jr. Who
Rocky.
else? Yes.
Kim Kardashian.
They're all understandably confused, until Pratt elaborates by saying,
In the video, she gets cum on her back, I think.
suffice it to say the entire cast immediately break character, and the only thing funnier than the line is Chris Pratt's casual delivery of it.
Only gonna make the rap party.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.